He rescued a baby deer who was going to die. How their story unfolded will warm your heart. Despite what Bambi might have taught you, it's highly unlikely that an abandoned deer could survive on their own in nature. In fact, the little deer in this film would likely have died had someone not been watching over her. After all, she was not only all alone, but she was also injured, weak, separated from her family, and in dangerous territory. Luckily then, Lithuanian nature lover and photographer Darius Sasnauskas was on hand to help. Sasnauskas, who's also known as YouTube's Honey Seda, lives close to Yellowstone National Park, where he keeps a whole household of pet animals. What's more, he has a huge heart and a soft spot when it comes to helping creatures big and small. So when Sasnauskas spotted a family of white-tailed deer in his backyard in September of 2015, he thought nothing of immediately filming them for his YouTube followers. It was then, however, that Sasnauskas saw that mommy deer had two twin fawns in tow, and one of them had hurt her leg. Indeed, the little one was struggling to keep up with her family. Eventually, walking became too much of a struggle for the newborn, and she collapsed on the ground. The fawn was helpless, Sasnauskas told the dodo. She was just born earlier that day and still had some blood on her belly. It's not unusual for adult deer to leave their babies alone for hours at a time to forage for food. But when this mother didn't come back for her baby the next day, Sasnauskas knew he had to act fast. With so many predators around, she had no chance to survive on her own, he explained in his YouTube channel. So he took the fawn into his house, and the next morning he introduced the rest of his animals to their baby foster sister. She was very hungry and had no problem with any of my pets, Sasnauskas reported to the dodo. His current fur babies, however, didn't know quite what to make of the new arrival. Soon, however, the little fawn's doe-eyed innocence had won over the other animals. In fact, Sasnauskas' pets even came to see themselves as the protectors of the baby deer, and one dog in particular refused to stray from her side. But while the fawn was now safe from predators, she was still weak and injured. Sasnauskas told the dodo, "For the first week, she slept by my bed on my shirt, and the shirt became very important to her. She had to have it to be able to sleep." The animal lover didn't take his new foster duties lightly, though. In fact, he said in a YouTube video, "I do not support keeping wild animals as pets, but this was a special situation." Indeed, Sasnauskas became like a parent to the fawn. He even went to great lengths to keep her fit and healthy so that eventually she could be released back into the wild. "Look how quickly she learned to drink milk from the bottle," Sasnauskas said in one adorable YouTube scene. Foster fathering a fawn proved no easy feat, however. "I had to do some internet search and reading to be able to understand how to raise a fawn," revealed Sasnauskas. "I had to get up at night to feed her every 4 hours and clean her after. But while the fawn was getting stronger, something still needed to be done about her leg. The limb was clearly injured, but fortunately it wasn't broken. And now that the baby deer was safe from predators, Sasnauskas hoped that the damage might heal given time. Just to be sure, though, the foster parent fashioned her an ingenious little leg brace from an oatmeal box. As the fawn grew bigger and started to walk without the aid of her brace, however, Sasnauskas knew that he had to find her a mommy. In fact, he had even refused to give her a name to prevent himself from getting too attached. Eventually then, the time came for the deer to begin her life without humans. But Sasnauskas had his fears about how the little animal would adjust. "I really hope that she did not get attached to me too much," he told the dodo. "That would make it very hard for her to survive in the wild." As it happened, however, one of Sasnauskas' dogs, Mac, helped with that, because when the little deer needed an animal foster father, the big-hearted pooch was happy to oblige. The two had bonded so well, in fact, that the fawn even tried to suckle from the dog on one occasion, without much success. Mac was also on hand for other parenting duties too. He kept her clean, stood guard while she was sleeping, and even helped feed her. But while he was everything the baby needed, he just wasn't another deer. What's more, the fawn wasn't meant for domesticated life. Indeed, she needed to be with her own kind, and if possible, with her real family. Sasnauskas knew, too, that the fawn's mom couldn't be far off if she had another baby to take care of. So after 2 weeks of healing, Sasnauskas prepared to say goodbye. "She's already used to me and she follows me," Sasnauskas said in the touching video, "but nobody can replace her real mom." He then placed her in a box with her favorite shirt and took her out to the field to see if a female deer would adopt her. Hopefully one of the deer moms, or maybe even a real mom's gonna come, because she's somewhere around with another baby, he said. But the first evening was unsuccessful. The fawn wouldn't leave Sasnauskas' side, and the other deer were too nervous to approach her with a human so close by. It's both heartwarming and heartbreaking to see the fawn chasing after her human daddy as he dashed off to try and leave her with the other deer. But her rescuer knew what was best for the animal, and he didn't give in. In fact, he returned every evening looking for a family for the abandoned baby. And then, one day, something amazing happened. Yes, while the fawn was out in the field, she spotted her deer family and ran over to join them. With her healed leg and new strength, she was finally able to keep up with her mom and brother. In fact, they welcomed her back into the fold. And Sasnauskas didn't have to say a final goodbye to his little pet either. "I've seen the family many times after release," he told the dodo. Sasnauskas uploaded another video in May of 2016 showing the fawn, now a doe, fit in well with her family. "I didn't expect this story to become so popular," he commented on YouTube. "I'm sure that any of us with a little bit of conscience about our existence, with love for nature and animals, would do the same." Please don't forget to share this video with your friends below.
Please do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive everything that is new.